we have Coach Blygin here. Coach, I know today is a rough day and I know this is a tough conversation to have. But, Coach, what you can take away from this season now?
I mean, I've learned a lot, from this short space of time we are here. I've really learned a lot about individual players, I think this generation, they don't really have that love for football. They don't really have that, they are not ambitious enough. You know what I mean? It's like just playing a game and all think about is money, so very poor, I'm very embarrassing, but such is life.
Although we know that money is vital, Coach. Apart from that, and looking on that now, Coach, what else would you think that you come about this decision now to think that they don't have the love for football?
No, from the day one we step in, we saw that, but there's nothing we could do because we came in at the end at the transfer window, so we could not have made any changes, which we was prepared to do that, but we could not have done it. So we try our best, we give it our all. We have improved the team. We have put 19 points on the table, which we came in, it was 14. So we have improved a lot in some areas, but with a little more effort, a little more heart in it, a love for it, I think we could have pulled over the line.
Coach, as you mentioned, that run that you went on, I much congratulate you to do it with this team, to make that run. You came out of the relegation, and now you came back into the relegation battle with 2 games remaining, Coach. Are you more disappointed in the fact that you came out of the relegation and now that you slipped back into the relegation with a few matches left?
I'm very disappointed because, you know, when we get out of the relegation zone, I try to speak to these lads. Focus on the mission first. The money will come. But when you put money over everything, it will never work. And I feel it, and I try to stop it. But as I said, this generation is way different from my generation. Now the squad, we all know, is the poorest squad in the league. But as I said, we try our best. But I don't think the players have give it their all and give it their best.
Coach, where does that leave you now, Coach, with this Sunderland team? You came in here, Coach, and I must mention that run that you went on. Again, it was a great run with Coach Alex Thomas. You know the task that you were up against when you came into the league with this Sunderland team. Coach, couldn't you look on this as being a moment of being proud because you were so close to coming out after looking dead and buried in the last round, and you made this fight, this push to come out? Can't you take any positive out of that?
Yes, as I said before, there's a lot of positive for us as coaches, As I said, when it came, it was 14 points last at the bottom of the table. As we said, we push. But as I said, if players were just a bit more focused to complete the mission, we could have pulled through this with even 2 games to spare. But the mindset was not ready. It was not ready at all, and I'm very disappointed.
Coach, pushing and pushing. Will you be pushing back to the Premier League with this Sunderland team next season?
We will meet with the board and then a decision will be made, So just waiting on that meeting and then we know what's next.
Are you willing?
Yes, I'm willing. As I said, I was a former player of this club and I know what football means to this community. That's why I'm very disappointed to know that the players did. I don't think they give it their all, especially today. As you can look, the Mount Pleasant team was not the strongest. A lot of youngsters on the pitch, and we did not take advantage of it. So it shows the character of players and the mindset that they have. I'm just very disappointed.
So what can we look in store for the Sunderland club now? What would you have in store if you're supposed to go tier 2 with this team now?
A lot of changes would have to be made. A lot. When I say a lot, I mean a lot. You know, I, I'm too in love with football to working with players that don't have hearts and guts. That break my spirit as a coach to know that every day I come, drive all the way from Kingston, every day back and forth, and players sometimes just go through the motion like they don't care. You know, I'm a coach. I love football too much. Football give me everything I got, so I take it very serious. So as I said, a lot of change would have to be made. A lot.
It sounds like personnel changes, coach. Sorry. Is there anything that around the facility, the board, anything that you think that they can implement other than transfers coming in?
There's a few internal stuff, but I really don't want to speak about it.
Understood.
You know, a lot of, as I said, a lot of things, not just players. A few more stuff that I observe have to be changed, you know, for the club to move forward. You know, we have to be a bit more professionalism, you know, we have to more organize, come together and pull as a group.
Final question now, coach. Do you believe that you can carry about this Humberline team in the 2026 season, 2026-2027 JPL season?
I'm a very confident person, you know, and I know my capabilities. You know, as I said, once I have the players that have that mindset, that willing to work and willing to pull forward and pull through, definitely we can bring it back as soon as possible.
Coach, thank you for this interview. I know it was a hard interview to do, and we'll definitely be monitoring Humberline's progress in Tier 2 as we extend the KNOCKINZ family team.
Thank you
Do
very
have a
much.
good day, coach, and sorry again. Wish you all the best in the season upcoming.
Yeah, man, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.